The Knicks get blown out in game 4, and everybody's in a blind panic that it's over. That's it. The Knicks are finished. They had all these injuries. How are they going to ever come back? How are they going to do anything? Calm down. The Knicks held serve. The Pacers held serve. That's it. Nothing has happened in this series that is really tipped the scales in one way or the other. The Knicks have a bunch of injuries. I get it. People are blaming Thibodeau. They want Thibodeau out. Listen, until someone loses a home game, a series don't start, right? Nobody's lost a home game. Knicks took care of business, then the Pacers took care of business. I get the injuries are piling up. I do. But the Knicks can beat this Pacers team. They showed that they could beat them. Now, if the Pacers play their best game, if they play like they did yesterday, then I don't know. Then maybe the Pacers steal one. But tomorrow night is the biggest Knicks game at Madison Square Garden in 25 years. It might not even be the biggest game this week at Madison Square Garden if there's a game 7, but it's the biggest Knicks game in 25 years, and you have it at the Garden. And the Knicks have played great at the Garden. And will the injuries be too much to overcome? I don't think so. I think if you could get good games from people like Burks, if you get Hart to step up and play what he's been doing, and if you could get Brunson and get his foot back to 100%, I still think the Knicks will win this series. I said 5 games. It's obviously not 5 games now, right? It's obviously going to go at least 6, but that's okay. Pacers came back. They played a game last night that, I mean, there was nothing you could do, right? Knicks got out of the gate slow. Before you know it, you look up and it's a blowout. They're down 20 points in the first quarter, and it was just over. The Knicks never got it going. They were tired. It was a short turnaround. They played a lot of minutes, but they're not an older team. The Knicks are a relatively young team. The Nova Knicks, the 3 guys are young. It's not like it's 33-year-old guys out there playing. I think blaming Thibodeau is also a ridiculous thing because, look, these guys want to play these minutes, right? Hart wants to be out there. DiVincenzo wants to be out there. Brunson obviously has to be out there. He has gotten the best out of these players. You've never seen Hart play like this. You've never seen DiVincenzo play like this when he was on Golden State. Hartenstein's had a career year. And now they lose. Listen, are they a deep team? They're not the deepest team out there. The Pacers are a deeper team, and it's being exposed a little bit. But you know what? The guys on the bench get paid too. And it's their responsibility to be ready if someone goes down, to step in and step up and get the job done. That's their job. I don't think all hope is lost like a lot of people do. I don't think that you could blame Thibodeau for this. Listen, that they play, right? These injuries are not fatigue injuries. The hamstring was a fluke thing. Go out there and you got to win a game tomorrow night. Nothing has happened in this series yet, except the Knicks won their 2 games. Pacers won their 2 games at home. And if it just continues to go like this, the Knicks win. They'll win in 7. Now, did you want to steal one in Indiana? Yeah, you did, obviously. And they had their opportunity in game 3 with the ball in the air and a chance to tie the game. But the ball finally did not bounce in the Knicks' favor for the first time this postseason in game 3. And then game 4, you just scrap it. Yesterday, you could just scrap it. That was a lost game. You went out there, you were garbage in the beginning. They blitzed you. It was an avalanche from the Pacers. You were down 20. The game was over. It was 30 points at half. That obviously is not the Knicks that we know. It's not the Pacers that we know either. So scrap that game. It's okay. You got game 5. You got game 7 at home, and it's a best 2 out of 3. Go take care of business tomorrow night. Biggest Knicks game at Madison Square Garden in 25 years. And it might not even be the biggest this week if they come back for a game 7. This team's gritty. It's gutty. It plays on effort. It's played on effort all year. This is why this city loves this team. This is why they're easy to root for. And if they go out and they do it, they could get a win tomorrow. It might take 7 games now. And next series with these injuries, they might not have a chance. But we're gonna take this train as far as it goes, right? It's been fun. We want it to continue going. Go out and win a basketball game tomorrow. The Pacers are not the 90s Bulls. They are definitely beatable. Even with the injuries that you have, they are beatable. You're going to need Hart to have a big game. You obviously need Brunson to have a big game. I'm not too worried about that. You need DiVincenzo to hit his shots. DiVincenzo, he wants to take the big shot. He's got that in him. You either have that or you don't. That's not something you teach. Either the guy wants the ball in the big spot or he doesn't, and he wants it. So I don't think all hope is lost, like a lot of you do. That's all I'm hearing. It's over. Fire Thibodeau. The season. Listen, it's 2-2. Going back to the Garden. This is not over. It's not a disaster. Each team did what they were supposed to do. And if that goes on through the end of the series, Knicks win in 7. You gotta be able to overcome some injuries. I get it. OG was a big loss, but he's an injury waiting to happen. He's been on this team like 3 months. He's been injured for 2.5 of them, it feels like. He did the same thing during the run to the championship in Toronto. This guy's best ability is certainly not availability. But that's what they got. So go out, win a game tomorrow, take care of business. It might take 7. This might end up costing the Knicks in the next round. But no one ever thought they were going to the finals or winning a championship, right? Let's get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Deal with that when they get there. Game 5 tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Madison Square Garden. It's going to be fun. It's going to be raucous. It's going to be the biggest Knicks game in 2 decades. 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Knicks Pacers, Game 5. Enjoy it, everybody. Hey, everyone. Thanks for checking out today's podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Then you can head on over and check out my friend Rashi Stevens' podcast. It's called The Catwalk Through Life. It's available anywhere you download podcasts, and you're going to love it. Here's what it's all about.
Welcome to Catwalk Through Life, a podcast about health and wellness inside out, reaching your highest potential, and creating a life you're truly passionate about. I'm your host, Rashi Stevens Charlton, former model, red carpet host, and Miss India Global turned lifestyle entrepreneur. I was featured in the book Roshni, Global and Emerging Leaders, and I have now created this podcast to help listeners catwalk through what life has to offer.